This is Precalculus. We're looking at, on page 519, the chapter review for chapter 7. I've already gotten this started. Problems 37 and 38. All right, so let's talk about what transformations that we have. All right, that is a vertical reflection. So the sign would normally go up, so now it's going to go down instead of up first. All right, this 1/3 helps me to know what my period is. But to know my shift, horizontal shift left or right, I have to factor out the 1/3. So it's almost like multiplying by 3. Divided by 1/3, both of these terms is like multiplying by 3. All right, so when I factor that out, it's 1/3, and then it's t plus 3 pi. So the 3 pi is a horizontal shift left. So that's where we're going to start at, negative 3 pi. This 1/3 helps me calculate the period. The period is 2 pi over 1/3, which is, to rationalize that, to simplify that, you multiply by 3 over 3, and that's 6 pi. So to complete one whole cycle is going to be 6 pi. So then how do I calculate my key points? I take that 6 pi and I divide it into 4 equal parts. So that 6 pi divided by 4 is 3/2 pi, or 1.5 pi. That's what I told myself. So I'm going to start at negative 3 pi. I'm going to go to negative 1.5 pi. Then I'm going to go to 0, then 1/2 pi, then back to 3. Oops. That's not a very good curve. Okay, so that's one cycle of it. All right. Now, for number 38. 4 is my amplitude. It's going to go up 4 and down 4. Negative 5 is a vertical shift down. So that's like my new x-axis. So I drew a new x-axis at negative 5. This 2/3 t helps me know the period. So I did 2 pi divided by 2/3. Multiplying by 3/2 is 3 pi. So it's going to complete one cycle between 0 and 3 pi. Then I divided that 3 pi into 4 equal parts. So I did 3/4 pi, and I didn't even simplify these. Another 3/4 pi is 6 pi over 4. Another 3/4 pi is 9 pi over 4. And another 3/4 pi would be 12 pi over 4, which is 3. All right, so we're going to start 4 above that x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go down to the new x-axis, go down 4, back up, and back up to 1, to negative 1. All right, so that is the cosine curve. Now, how do you know when to have your calculator in radians or when to have your calculator in degree mode? Always, when you're solving for triangles are always in degree mode. So if you're solving for the angles in a triangle, that's like chapter 6. Chapter 6, we used angles. So typically, anytime you see theta, that is an indication that we're in degree mode. A variable t or x typically indicates that you need to be in radians. All right, so always when we're on the unit circle, we're using radians. All of chapter 7, we used radians. Really, the only time we use degrees is when it said, the angle of depression, when the word angle is used, the angle of, anytime the word angle is used, or when we're solving for parts of a triangle, you're always going to use angles, degrees. Otherwise, you're going to be using radians.